Goku and Vegeta went to Sadala, while Piccolo went to the Demon Realm. Unbeknownst to them, Trunks showed up in Universe 7. How is the Goku Black arc going to change here? We'll cover all that and more in this third part of What If Beerus Never Woke Up. So, let's start off with why Zamasu stole Goku's body in the first place, because there was no Universe 6 tournament here, so why would he take his body? Well, that wasn't the only reason he took Goku's body. Sure, this is what got him to know about Goku, but Zamasu still hated the mortals regardless, and Trunks' time travel was a factor too. There's still more than enough to anger Zamasu here. For one, Champa swapping the planets between universes. Sure, he believes the gods are superior, but was there really a point in doing that? It looks like they're just doing it for the hell of it. And then, on top of that, Beerus doesn't even care about it. He probably doesn't even know Earth was swapped because he's still sleeping. He's useless. He's inept. So that justifies Zamasu wanting to kill the gods at least, but then he looks at what the mortals did in Universe 7. For one, they invented time travel. Two, one of them interfered directly with the Demon Realm, also putting the Kai at risk. When Zamasu hears about this, he looks into what happened, and sure, Goma was an aggressor, but who do these mortals think they are? They went there and basically conquered the Demon Realm. And then two of those same mortals actually trained directly under Shin, the Supreme Kai of Universe 7. These mortals think they could do whatever they want. Zamasu learns all this through Zuno, and then finds out that there's one mortal in particular who exemplifies all of this: Goku. Also, he finds out Goku trained under the North Kaio in Universe 7. Interesting, Zamasu used to be a North Kaio. Turns out, Goku got the guy killed by bringing Cell to his planet, and King Kai's been dead ever since. He basically finds ways to get mad at Goku. And with his hatred of mortals already being there, plus the fact that Trunks time traveled, Zamasu is going to enact the Zero Mortals plan, and he chooses to take Goku's body for the power. So Goku Black is still a thing here, but things are still going to be a little bit different. Goku Black follows Trunks to the past, but he's already gone. Shin has teleported him away to the sacred world of Kai. His time machine went with him too. He gets to see the desolate Universe 6 Earth firsthand. All the more reason he should wipe out the mortals. Look what they did to themselves. Imagine what they'd do to the universe as a whole if left unchecked. He does wonder where Trunks went though, but while he's in the past, he decides he's going to visit Universe 6 as well, because that's where Goku and his friends are. He has Goku's instant transmission, but even better, he has the Kai Kai, which lets him instantly teleport to any universe he wants. So he teleports right to Universe 7's Earth in Universe 6, getting to meet the past Goku firsthand. Of course, everyone's pretty confused right off the bat, and he tries to fight Goku, but he doesn't have much time here. The time ring eventually starts to pull him back to the future, so even though he gets to fight Goku for a little bit, it's not like he's going to win, and it's not like he has enough time to do anything else. And that just leaves everyone really stunned. What was that? Well, not long after this, they get their answer. Shin didn't really want to do this because he wanted to avoid conflict, but he teleports to Universe 6, getting in contact with everyone directly, and he brings Trunks along with him. He's glad to see that everyone's safe, and life on Earth is still pretty much normal. They already know that Champa was the one who teleported their planet here using the Super Dragon Balls, and once the Super Dragon Balls are active again, which should be pretty soon, Shin's gonna try and gather them and teleport them back here. Piccolo does mention he went to the Demon Realm, and Neva said those Dragon Balls might work, but he's not entirely sure. Shin was a little bit scared about coming here because he didn't want the other gods to get mad, but they clearly don't care. Though they don't really have any gods that could help them right now. Shin's the only one who's going to be able to do that, and he's a lot more proactive here. They still don't know much about Goku Black, but Shin pulls out a crystal ball, the same type that Elder Kai uses, and is able to see a little bit of what Goku Black did here, watching his brief fight with Goku. And Shin immediately notices that he's wearing a time ring and a Patara earring. He fears that this might be a godly threat. Thankfully, Trunks' time machine is still intact, so Bulma just needs to refuel it. She's actually going to have to tweak it a bit too, because since they're in Universe 6, if they try to use the time machine, it might just take them to Universe 6's Earth in the future, so she has to upgrade it. It needs to be able to travel between the universes as well. Luckily, for someone as smart as her, that shouldn't really be an issue, especially because this time machine's already programmed with the coordinates of Earth in Universe 7, and she's on Universe 6's Earth, so she'll find the coordinates of that. She tells them it should only take a few hours. The main issue is they're just going to have to wait for it to be refueled. So in the meantime, Trunks learns of what happened here. He finds out what happened in the Demon Realm, and why Earth was teleported to Universe 6 in the first place. But then he has a question. Why isn't his future Earth in Universe 6 as well? Well, there's a few pretty simple explanations for that, and all of them together make it so that's not going to happen. For one, after the androids, a lot of the population died, and even though it was rebuilt, there wasn't as much to do, and simply put, not as much food on Earth to impress Champa. But weren't the androids a while ago? Yeah, but consider how far ahead the future timeline is. By the time the androids were defeated, they had already been active for around 20 years. They weren't defeated until around age 785 in the future, a few years ahead of where the present timeline is now. So by the time Earth would have been swapped, the Earth was still pretty desolate and probably at its worst from the androids. There would have been nothing there to impress Champa. It would have been pretty similar to Universe 6's Earth, and it would probably look like it's on course to become the same thing. And on top of that, Beerus never actually showed up in the future timeline anyways, so things would actually go the same. So even though Champa did swap Earth between the universes here, that affects nothing in the future, because of all those things working against it. Trunks is also pretty amazed to see their new powers. They travel to the future, and this is where they encounter Goku Black, not Zamasu just yet. So in the anime, Super Saiyan Rosé is just Goku Black's version of Super Saiyan, but in the manga, Super Saiyan Rosé is just his version of Super Saiyan Blue, which is why he also has a normal Super Saiyan form. We're going to use the manga's version here, mainly to ensure everyone doesn't die immediately by him getting a godly Super Saiyan form, but also because a godly Super Saiyan awakening would mean Beerus might wake up too, and kind of kill the purpose of the scenario. But on top of that, because Goku's body doesn't have Super Saiyan Blue when it was stolen, I think it's just more reasonable to give Goku Black a regular Super Saiyan form, which is exactly what he has here. After his fight with Goku in the past, he shows this off. And he's still a lot stronger than a normal Super Saiyan. Like in the manga, he was fighting very well against what looked to be Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Here he fights Goku, who thinks this is a great opportunity to test out his new powers. He jumps from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 4, wondering if Goku Black can do the same, and he can't. He's aware of the form thanks to Zuno, but he hasn't unlocked that yet. Wow, Goku doesn't even need to break out his full power here. With Super Saiyan 4, he defeats Goku Black. That wasn't so tough. He doesn't kill him right away though. He wants to figure out why he's even here in the first place, so he asks. And then Goku Black vanishes, being teleported not too far away by someone else. They see another Supreme Kai standing there. It's Zamasu. They don't know who he is just yet. Zamasu heals him, and Goku Black gets a nice power boost from this too. Vegeta then goes in to fight Goku Black using Super Saiyan 5. While Goku then goes to fight Zamasu, who isn't really that strong, but they find out he's immortal. And as they are right now, they aren't strong enough to contend with Goku Black. Thanks to healing, he's even pushed his power to Super Saiyan 2. And with the way things are going, they'll probably just keep powering him up until he gets Super Saiyan 5, which they don't want happening. So Trunks holds them off while they return to the present, and they tell Shin about what they saw. Now Shin knows that Zamasu is the one responsible for this. He needs to act fast. And so do they. They need to heal up and return as quickly as possible. And just in case, Shin leaves them with the gift. He gives them their own set of Potara earrings. If things get really desperate, they need to use this. Vegeta's a bit reluctant about it, and Goku is too. He'd rather fight with his own strength, but if it really comes to that, they'll use it. But looking at the Potara gives Goku an idea. It reminds him of something. And now he has a new plan. About a day later in the future, Trunks is still alive and he's on the run from Goku Black. Then the time machine reappears, but only one person steps out. Trunks doesn't actually recognize him because he's never seen him, but it's someone he knows about, Majin Buu. And once he realizes who it is, he kind of freaks out a little bit. Goku Black and Zamasu are just as confused. Majin Buu then opens his hand and a few pieces of candy come out of it. They then start glowing, and they transform, turning into Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Piccolo. Vegeta says that plan was way too risky. What if he ate them? Goku's just glad it worked out fine. He knew that they didn't really have enough firepower, so he wanted to bring more people along. The issue is, the time machine was too small for that. Gohan wanted to join the fight after hearing that Trunks arrived, and with Piccolo being the strongest person in the past right now, he was obviously a good fit to come along too. And then once Goku told him about everything, Piccolo came up with his own plan. Goku's plan was to use Majin Buu to fit everyone in the time machine, and Piccolo has another one in mind. He powers up into orange and then goes to fight Goku Black, catching him off guard because he didn't expect to fight Piccolo. He has the third eye in his possession too, but he hasn't used it just yet. Gohan then goes to hold off Zamasu, while Goku and Vegeta go to Trunks to explain the plan, and Majin Buu just kinda watches on, clapping as he watches the spectacle. They have three main plans here. First, they're gonna let Piccolo fight Goku Black and see if he could just kill him right away. Goku Black has gotten a lot stronger, so Piccolo can't do that. He could use the third eye, but he's gonna wait for that. With Super Saiyan 2, Goku Black is too strong for him to counter, at least with normal attacks. Gohan then helps him out in the fight, and Piccolo charges a special beam cannon. It pierces right through Goku Black's chest, and it seems like this is going to be enough to kill him. He falls to the ground, de-transforming into base. As he's coughing up blood, he chuckles. He then weakly reaches for his Potara earring and swaps it to the other ear. Potara fusion isn't anything new to them, but they didn't expect he'd fuse with Zamasu. But it makes sense. The power of Goku Black and the immortality of Zamasu. It's going to make a deadly combination, and that's exactly what it does. It creates Murder Zamasu, and even with Goku Black's grave injury, that doesn't matter. It's healed from the fusion. Zamasu is a little bit confused though because he expected that Goku would swap bodies with present Zamasu by now. Out of curiosity, he checks the time rings and he sees that another's there, and that's good for them to hear. That means, somehow, Shin was successful in stopping Zamasu in the past. But Zamasu said that's impossible. The only way this would have changed things is if another god got involved, and that's exactly what happened. With Shin being a lot more proactive, he was in Universe 10, and he got Rumshi to destroy Zamasu. So, past Zamasu is not a problem now. But now they wonder, maybe they can kill Zamasu, because he shouldn't be fully immortal. Does half immortality mean he could die? Well, only one way to find out. Time for Plan B. Goku and Vegeta even the playing field by putting on their own Potara earrings, creating Vegito once more, immediately powering up into Super Saiyan 5. Vegito says it's good to be back. He knows his two fusees would have appreciated fighting alone, especially after they had to fuse to fight Frieza, but they're also not going to turn down the chance to test out this power as Vegito. Vegito completely overwhelms Zamasu, overpowering him so much that it leads to Zamasu becoming partially corrupted. But he can't die, he still is immortal. And Vegito is trying a lot. He tries like 6 or 7 times to kill him, and he keeps coming back. Another good thing is, while Super Saiyan 5 Vegito is really powerful, he doesn't immediately defuse like Vegito Blue. But after trying everything out, he just powers down and, surprisingly, leaves the fight. It's no fun fighting an immortal villain. He tells Piccolo it's his turn. Time for Plan C. And Piccolo is already prepared. Zamasu then feels a ton of pain, as he's caught up in a wave of energy. Piccolo performs the Mafuba, sealing merge Zamasu away. Now, he expected to do this on the regular Zamasu, not a fused version of him, so he also does have another backup plan, Plan D. He doesn't know if a regular Mafuba seal will hold this guy, and he still does have the third eye that he could use, but he has a better idea. He asks Majin Buu if he wants a snack, and Buu's obviously not going to turn that down. Buu then turns the container into a cookie, eating the sealed merge Zamasu. Now, Piccolo's a little bit worried about the effects of this because it could influence Buu and make him evil again, but he kind of doubts it because the Grand Supreme Kai and South Supreme Kai are still in him. Originally, the Grand Supreme Kai did influence Buu to tame him, and this Buu doesn't have any of Kid Buu in him, so he doesn't have any of that evil. But he does worry if Buu's susceptible to it. He isn't. This is more like how Buu absorbed all the good people on Earth and didn't turn good from it. This good Buu absorbing evil people isn't going to turn evil. Although something about him does change. His power skyrockets, and he takes on a very familiar appearance. He looks exactly like the same Super Buu that Vegito fought, except his outfit's gray. Piccolo says that's a little off-putting. He points a clothes beam at him and turns it back into the same orange gi that he had. Buu's a little confused, but he starts getting a feel for his power. He talks a lot smarter too, and he laughs. It's good to be back like this. When he says that, they think that this is the same evil Super Buu from before, but no, he means it's good to just have this level of intelligence again, plus all the power of Merge Zamasu in him. And by observing him, Piccolo could see that there's no evil influence. His ki is purely good. And Buu says eating those guys wouldn't do anything to him. He wouldn't let those pests control him. He's the strongest seal there is, a walking, living, breathing seal, with a ton of his own magic. Although, by absorbing Merge Zamasu, there is an unintended side effect, a good one. Just like what happened with Kibito Kai, Goku Black and Zamasu are defused within Buu. And the Goku Black side of the fusion is pretty much dead, but Buu still gets a boost from that. It's mainly Zamasu that he's absorbed. But either way, he gets a nice boost in power. He then looks over and sees Vegito, getting a little terrified at first because he remembers what happened last time he saw Vegito. But then he remembers, that guy's his ally now, and Vegito also defuses. Buu then starts laughing a lot. That was fun. Trunks is glad they were able to succeed here. Although Earth isn't really in great shape, there are still people alive, and his timeline is still intact, so that's at least a better outcome than normal. But still, he feels guilty. He couldn't protect the future. Especially seeing Gohan there, and how strong he's grown, and everything he's accomplished in his timeline. The Gohan of his timeline never got to experience that, nor did any of the other allies that helped him. So it is bittersweet, but definitely a much better ending for him. He thanks everyone for their help, and says goodbye. They return to the present. Buu now also has Zamasu and Goku Black's memories, and he now knows a lot more about the Super Dragon Balls, as well as knowing about Zuno too. Maybe they can get the Super Dragon Balls for themselves. He can get Bulma's help to make a Dragon Ball radar. They'd have to find a way to travel to Universe 7 first, but Buu can do that. He has the Kai Kai. They can go to Zuno, get more info, and then work alongside Shin. And there's someone else observing Earth right now. He was a little curious about why Frost disappeared, and this is the last place he showed up. This guy doesn't work for Frost at all, but he is an assassin. And when he realized there might be other strong people in this universe now, he wanted to check that out. And with that, we'll leave off here for now. What'd you guys think about this part? What's going to happen next? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help out the channel, and it shows me I want to see more videos like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.